Alright, so in the last video we created our section model migration, the section migration. And let's see, what do we have to do now? So we already created 5 or 6 migrations. We have to do the lecture migration now. So in here, right click, new file. This is going to be a Swift file. And we're going to do lecture migration. In there, import fluent. And after that, we're going to do struct. And this is going to be lecture migration of async migration. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, mark variables var db schema is equal to lecture model dot schema, and we have the last one is going to be keys is equal to lecture model dot field keys, and under there we're going to do prepare, and then we're going to take the async throws, and under there we're going to do revert async throws. Perfect. So try await database dot schema. No, it's database dot schema. This is going to be db schema. Under there dot id. Under there dot field. And the first one is going to be keys. And that's going to be title. This is going to be a dot string. And we're not going to require it. Field keys dot content state dot string, and the content state is actually required, so dot required dot field keys dot publish date is going to be dot datetime. After that, field keys dot created at is going to be dot datetime, and this one is dot required dot field keys dot updated at dot datetime. After that, dot field keys dot content. The content is going to be dot data. After that, field keys dot mp4 URL. This is going to be dot string dot field keys dot publish date. We already have created that content. We need I don't think we need slug. Okay, apparently we have a slug, and it's going to be dot string dot field keys dot section. We don't need. Okay, we don't need slug. Apparently that's from something else. Sometimes Xcode doesn't really know what it is doing. Header image. Let me check this really quick. I don't believe we have a header image for the lecture model. This one? No, we don't. I don't understand why it is called there. It's probably Xcode who's fucking up or effing up, sorry. So we go back to lecture migration. We're gonna delete that one. And let's check really quick. So we're gonna put in the section that's gonna be .uuid and .field. Let's see if we need one more. We have that one as well. Updated that, created that, publish date, content state, section title. Yeah, we have everything perfect. So under there dot create. Let's clean this up a little bit. Is there something we want to be unique? No, that's all okay. Oh, maybe what we could do, maybe this is like, maybe we could actually do unique. We could do MP4 URL, because this way we can actually secure ourselves of adding multiple videos with the same URL. So let's do unique on keys.mp4 URL. Name we can delete. After that, create. After that, try. Await. Database.schema. This is going to be db schema. Okay, so we actually, I think we finished our migrations. Lecture migration we have, section migration we have as well. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna start setting up our database stuff. So let's see really quick. Let's go to package. Okay, we have Fluent Postgres drive we have installed. Okay, perfect. So let's go to services. No, let's go to run. No, we need to go to configure. Perfect. Okay, so in here in the configure, we're actually gonna do some setup. So let me check really quick for my list, because I have a list with what we also want. Development, that's gonna be teacher node, sources, run, app, configure.swift. I'm gonna open that one. Okay, I'm gonna put that one over here. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're actually gonna do some setup here. So the first one, under here, mark. And the first one, that's gonna be the file manager. So we're gonna Command X this one, gonna put it over here. We're actually gonna uncomment this. And what this means, this actually means that the app is allowed to use a public directory to save stuff, and that is actually this one here. That is actually where we save like our CSS images and stuff like that. Perfect. So we're actually gonna call this leave setup, because this is actually when we want to use the backend. App.view dot, let me check, dot use, and we're gonna use dot leave. Clean this up a little bit. Under there, we're actually gonna set up the sessions. So mark sessions. I will explain this in a bit. Let's first write everything. So app.sessions.use, and we're gonna use Fluent. App.migrations dot add session record, that's this one, dot migration, and 2 we don't need to fill in. And last but not least, app.middleware dot use app.sessions.middleware. Okay. Now we're actually gonna do another setup, and this is course. So what course means, when you use course, it's actually like you can actually set up who can connect to your API. So when course is not enabled, or when course is actually not set up properly, it is possible that you and others can't connect to the API itself. So let's set it up right away. So the first one is going to be app.middleware dot use course middleware configuration, and the configuration is going to be dot init. Now then we have allowed origin is going to be origin based. Allow methods, here we're going to put an array, and this is going to be dot get, comma, dot post, comma, dot put, comma, dot options, comma, dot delete and patch. Okay, so this means users, or in general, we can do a get request, post request, a put request. So put is replace. We can do an options request, a delete request, and an update request. Pretty cool. And then we're gonna add some headers, which we allow, and that is gonna be dot accept, comma, dot authorization, also really important, dot content type, comma, dot origin, comma, and last but not least, it's gonna be dot x request with. Perfect. Okay. So course is set up as well, and now we're actually gonna do the database setup. So when you work with databases, like there's like this one rule: don't save your passwords and stuff like that inside the code. There was like this one article in the Netherlands with the tax authority, where one of the developers actually put admin passwords inside the source code in a GitHub repository. So don't do this. So when you are working with databases, always use environment variables, and I'm gonna show you guys how we can do that in Xcode. So I'm gonna do app.databases.use. After that, it's gonna be .postgres. Oh wait a second, it's the wrong one. We need .postgres hostname, username, and password. I think password. Yes, we're gonna take this one. Okay, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna do environment.get key, and the key is gonna be a string, and I'm gonna call this database host. And just for information, it's actually good practice to do this all in capital letters. So database host, and otherwise it's gonna be localhost. So what this means, if there are no environment variables found for database host, it's gonna be localhost. If you don't add this, this is gonna crash when you don't have a system in place. So the next one is gonna be environment.get. I'm gonna call this database user. Else we're gonna call this paper username, password, environment.get database password. Else there's gonna be vapor. Oh, this needs to be vapor password, and let me check. Then we all after this we also need a comma, and this is gonna be database, if I'm not mistaken. Oh wait a second, we need to put a comma after this one. So comma database, and the database is gonna be environment.get key, and the key is gonna be, let me check, database name, or a default value of vapor database. Then we have 1 and 2. Then we can delete, no, we need this comma, and the database is going to be .psql, and we can actually delete the is default because we're only working with one database, so we actually don't need multiple databases installed. It could be interesting when you have like a really big website. We have like a really big website. Oh, what's this? No, I'm already doing that. We don't need to do that anymore. Right. 1 second. Oh, I think I made a mistake here. Username database, okay, it's okay. This is also okay. We made a mistake here. Here we have to add a thingy. And we can actually delete that one. And now it should work. Okay, what's this? Okay. So after that, we're actually gonna add the migrations. So after this, mark migrations. Okay, so the migrations are actually what we made here, right? We made these migrations, so article, category, course. It has to be. I want to say, and to make sure that you guys understand this, when we build a migration, the how you put your migrations here, that's actually how they are built. So if you start with article, category, my course, lecture, section, user, this is how it's gonna be done. Even pause. So, what this means, for example, when we start course migration, while we have category as a parent, and category after course, it's gonna crash because course doesn't know what the category is. So we have to be really smart about this. So what we're gonna do, app.migrations.add, and this is gonna be, let me check. So this is gonna be the first, we're gonna do the user migration. And 2 we don't need, we just can do something like this. After that, app.migrations.add. After that, we're gonna do the category migration, and we can delete 2. App.migrations.add. And the next one is gonna be course, right? No, wait, we can do article migration. Can delete that one as well. After that, app.migrations.add. Then we're gonna do course migration, app.migrations.add. This one is gonna be the section migration. And last but not least, app.migrations.add, and this is going to be the lecture migration. Okay, perfect. So let me check this. We're also gonna add a logger. So with this logger we actually get more information. So mark logging, and under there we're gonna do app.logger log level is equal to debug. With this one we get a lot of more information. And we're gonna add one more. There's gonna be try auto migrate. Oh wait, we need app dot auto migrate. Hey, auto migrate. No, wait a second, what was that? Gonna need the second one. Dot wait. Okay. So what this means, when we add app.automigrate.wait, this actually means that when we make changes to our models, it's gonna automatically migrate it. This is a little bit dangerous, to be honest, because if you do something wrong, we actually really F it up. But in development mode, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do, we go to Docker, go open dashboard. And if I'm not mistaken, we already have a database running for this. That is not this one. We can stop that one. And I think it was this one because I was already working in Postgres. Let me check terminal really quick. VP username, Postgres. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this one because this is the one that is used by TeacherNote, but at the moment TeacherNote is not running. Okay, so this is the command for building like a Docker Postgres image. So docker run dash dash name Postgres dash e Postgres under dash db's favorite database, Postgres user, Postgres password, and we have the port. The port for Postgres is always 5432. You can change this yourself if you want, but we're not going to do that. We're going to run the command, and there it is. And it's already running. So theoretically, when we click here on run, everything should work just fine. Let's check this. I'm sure we're going to get some errors because we didn't build the project since the moment we started coding. This can take a little while. So let's see. So while that is building, we can actually check what we still need to do. Okay, so we still have to look at the ideas for podcast model and tutorial model because I'm not sure about it yet. And okay, let's see what we have for our controller. So after that, we have to go to services. I'm not sure if I actually, oh yes, I did. Okay, so how I like to build Vapor projects, that's actually, I like to build a service system where all the functionality is. And I like to build a layer on top of that, and those are the controllers which are actually calling the services. It's a little bit double work, but it makes it for me personally easier. I can't explain it. It's just something I really like to do, and that's also what we are gonna do in this series. Let's see. Is it already finished building? No, it isn't. Why isn't it finished with building yet? This is the problem when you're still on an Intel Mac. The Intel Macs are really slow. It's crazy. I also work on an Apple Max, on an M1 Max MacBook, but I brought it in for repairs. There was something wrong with it, and now I'm working on my Intel Mac, and it's like slow as slow as F. You know what I mean? So okay, let's see if we can do something else while we are waiting for this. Maybe there's something I can explain. For example, leave. The front end for Devscorch is going to be built in React probably. I'm still looking for a React developer who can do that because I really don't like React and I don't have the time for it. But the backend, we're actually going to build the backend of the front end for the backend for the admins. We're actually going to build in Leaf. And Leaf is actually a way of building front ends using Swift and HTML, CSS and JavaScript. And it actually allows us to paste information from the backend of Swift to the front end using Swift. It's really, really powerful, really funny. And yeah, and it's actually server-side rendered. So this means that all the information that is done, that's actually rendered on the server instead of by the user in the browser. So it's actually pretty cool. When you work with this, you actually need a little bit more powerful server because if you have like thousands of requests a day and you use Leaf, of course you need a little bit more power. But it's not. I don't think it's bad. Okay, so it's almost done building. All right, so as you can see, we have 50 errors. So let's see what's going on here. Expected declaration. Okay, I already see the problem. We actually need one more of this, so that is fixed. Okay, so as you can see, okay, so the raw value. Oh, wait a second. Go back. Okay, so as you can see, we have a few problems here. So category model. Okay, so we made a few mistakes. So first, we go to our enums. Let's see, where are they? Here are the enums. And the first thing we're gonna add here to content. After that, we're also gonna add encodable. And in here, we're actually gonna do import fluent and import vapor, so that we can actually use content. Content state, we're gonna do the same. Import fluent, import vapor. Database schemas, everything is all right. This is okay. And here we actually also need import fluent, import vapor. Okay, now we're gonna look for the other problem. So let's go back here. What's this? Static LED expected. Yeah, but we already did that. Okay, what's this? Must conform to model. Okay, so we're gonna check for category model. Let's go here, jump to definition. Yeah, it is already model. What's this? Value of type course model has no member courses. And value of article model has no member of articles. Okay, first we're gonna import paper in here. Let's see, we made a mistake here as well, probably. This argument and a rep value. Okay, we can actually delete that one. What's this? Oh, okay. Okay, so we actually need content role dot raw value dot raw value. Okay, let's build this one more time. Let's see if some errors are already getting away. Okay, now we have 30 errors left. That's already better. What's this? Parent property requires that category model conforms to model. Okay, so we're gonna check out category model one more time. Let's see what's going on here. So category model is model and it is content. Okay, let's check the user migration. Okay, then we add self. Protocol stops, sure. Oh, yes, I already see a problem there. We actually, the user migration, we actually took the wrong one. We actually need async await. Or async throws, I'm sorry. You probably already saw that. What's this? Subscription end. Okay, so that is fixed. Let's go to the next. Oh, we need to add self here probably, yes. This has to be database. Okay, we're also gonna need that one. Okay, maybe if we make this an empty array, maybe that works like this. Let's run this one more time. Let's see if some errors are gone. Yes, they are. What's this? Probably self. Perfect. And the next one, lecture, is also going to be self. Perfect. Result of, what's this? We will check that later. Let's go to routes. What's this? Okay, we can actually delete everything that's in here because we don't need it. Goodbye. Let's see. Cannot find content in scope. Oh, wait a second. Why is here CloudKit? We don't use CloudKit, we use Vapor. What's this? Oh, wait a second. Content, there is a possibility. Content does not exist in Vapor 4 anymore. I think we just use model these days. Content is something from Vapor 3. Yeah, I've been working on a Vapor 3 API for a client for the last few weeks. So it's possible. Let's go back here one more time. Let's delete content. What's this? We can look at that later. What's this? Cannot assign value of content state to type content state to draw value. So what are you gonna do? This doesn't make sense. We're not gonna do that. So let me check really quick. Content role dot raw value. Hey. I don't really understand this. Content role. Theoretically, this should work as content role. Check really quick. Cannot assign value of type category model to type UUID. Category model. Category model dot, this has to be ID. Let's run this one more time. Let's see how many errors are going away now. Okay, that's better. Cannot assign value of type content to content role. Okay, let's go back up. Let's go to the enums, content role. We're actually gonna delete content. With content state, we're also gonna delete content. Database schemas, we didn't have that one. Session, we don't. And we're gonna delete content here as well, just in case. So we have 26 errors left. It's crazy. So a generic class of field property requires that section role conforms to decodable. .raw value, that is idiotic. We're not going to do that. Let's do raw value like this. Let's see if that works. Okay, so that ends that one. Then we're going to do raw value. Let's run this one more time. That one will disappear as well. Okay, so what's wrong here? Value of type lecture model has no member lectures. Okay. This probably, instead of lectures, this probably needs to be sections, huh? Like this. Okay. We're going to change section role as well to raw value. Content state here. We're also going to add raw value. Theoretically, this should fix everything. And in here, we actually have to change this to a $sign. You probably, I'm sure you guys already saw that, but I didn't. Let's run this. And as you can see, actually, we're actually going quick. We actually are starting to debug. What is it? Cannot assign course. Okay, this has to be course model.id. Let's run this one more time. Okay, then we delete content. It probably just has to be the model. What is this? Generic parameter value could not be interfered. Why not? Okay, we will look at that one later. Let's check the errors one more time. What's this? Dot ID. Let's see if this fixes it. No, it didn't. Okay, we will check that one later. Oh, wait a second. Isn't that maybe because we need content for this one? Isn't that possible? Let's see what happens. If we add content to the normal. No, it doesn't make a difference, huh? Oh yeah, it actually does. Okay, so content state dot raw value. Then dot raw value. Okay. This one children 4. This is course, so we have to connect this to course as well. Pretty cool. Okay. Oh, okay. So this has to be content role dot raw value, and then we also have content state dot raw value. And this way it goes actually really quick, right? We actually are squashing bugs and errors and what we had. Let's see, what's this? Children 4. Okay, so this actually has to be category. And this one has to be category as well. And as you can see, we actually also gave course model to category, so we actually have to add the parent in there later as well. Let's see, what's this one? Gonna delete that one really quick. Content state. Let me see. Okay, that's gonna be raw value. And content role, we're also gonna add raw value. Perfect. This is gonna be dot raw value. And okay, let's run this one more time. Here we're almost 30 bucks, almost 40 bucks fixed already. Crazy. Let me check this. Okay, that has to be raw value as well. Then user role dot raw value. Probably 2 more bucks squashed. Yes, it is. Okay, let's see. What's this? Okay, this has to be section model dot ID. Oh, now we have another. What's this? Okay, dot raw value. Content state. Okay, then we're gonna change content state here dot raw value as well. And section is gonna be section model dot ID. Let's run this. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're almost done. What's this? Okay, so you know you don't need the ID there, and then we leave it like this really quick. Let's see what happens. Okay, generic parameter value could not be interfered. Okay, we will check that one later. What's this? Okay, that's this one. Let's see. Generic class parent property requires that ID property course model value conform to model. Yeah, but course model is already a model, isn't it? Jump to model. Yes, it is. Field keys. Parent property conforms to model. Okay, those are 8 left. let's add content here as well. And I don't understand, sometimes when you build with Vapor or with Xcode, it actually takes CloudKit. I have no idea why, because CloudKit is not used. CloudKit is not used by Vapor or by Xcode in general. So I don't really understand why sometimes you have it there, sometimes you don't. Generic value cannot be interfered. Okay, so we have 8 bucks left. Okay, I have no idea what this is actually. I'm gonna research this a little bit. In the next video, we're actually gonna fix the last 8 bucks, and after that, we're gonna check what our compiler warnings are. And after that, we're actually gonna play with some database information. So, thank you for watching. I'm gonna do some more research on this. And yeah, I see you in the next video.